I am recording.
I am also recording. Matching hats. You know what's really funny? Because I edit this podcast every week.
Yes, you do.
Yes. But I get to, so I have to listen to, I don't have to listen to the whole thing to edit it because I'm an expert. I'm amazing at what I do.
Yeah.
But I do have to like check where it begins to match everything up. And at the beginning of every single recording is you going, I'm recording, and me going, I'm recording too. Like, just like, and I sound so proud of myself.
A big step for
like,
you. That is a true
like all of a
statement.
sudden I'm magically a big boy again.
Yeah, you can
It's
handle
like,
it.
oh, me too, Odie. You're recording? Me too. I'm doing it. I also hit the record button successfully.
We're proud of you, Kevin. We're very proud of you.
I can't wait for the 1 week that you hear me going, I'm recording. Oh, fuck. No, the metronome's still on. Like, just like.
You just click in the background.
No, they wouldn't hear it. I would hear it. That's the worst part about the metronome is no one else in the world would hear it. It's like, you know, you're on GarageBand and you just hit, like, you get all pumped up and you're like, all right, go. And you hear that tick, tick, tick. And immediately you're more mad at yourself than you have been at anybody in standstill traffic. Just immediately. Like, you're like, fuck, you're such a fucking, like, internally. You're like, you're such a fucking idiot. Why'd you leave the metronome on? You know the metronome's automatically on.
You don't have, like, a template pre-saved that you just open up with everything, like, ready to go?
No.
Normal, like, because that's I just click on
I
click on this one.
refuse.
So I have a couple. One says for podcasting, one's for voiceover work, and I just click on it, and then it just I'm ready. I'm just ready to go.
Wow, nice flex, Odie.
Yeah, nice flex
Way
of
to
just
flex
hitting
hard.
Command S on my keyboard. Big
You're
flex.
flexing so hard.
I guess if you clicking the record button is a big step.
If you hit
saving.
Command S, it's a setup?
It's a save. In
You
GarageBand.
save the setup?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about you save a blank template.
Yeah.
And then you record it.
Yeah. Then export it and then not save it, and then I go back to the template.
I'm such an idiot.
I was like, what? How is this difficult?
I
This is
thought
easy.
Command S was a way more complicated thing than what
do
it
you
was.
mean? It's always save.
For like
Control S for PC
for like
people.
2 seconds, it was doing way more than just saving.
It's the same for PC. Control
Don't
S.
talk
It's
to
save.
me.
It's save
I'm
as.
embarrassed for myself. Do not talk to me. Do not.
Theme music. I can feel it.
Why am I an idiot right now? Oh my god. Fine, let's
perfect.
clap.
That's perfect.
3, 2, 1. Yes, thank you. Perfect, on time. Every week we do it like clockwork.
Every week.
Control S just means save for anybody out there. It's nothing more complex than that. It's just save. Wow.
Yeah. Just save. Command
You
S.
know what I love? When someone learns something really simple like that and then calls it a life hack.
Life hack. I love
like when
those
someone
videos.
gives you obvious advice and it's a life hack,
Yeah. Okay.
but it's not. Like
one of my favorite channels. Do you know the channel 5 Minute Crafts?
No.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know it, there's a lot of commentary channels that have done videos on them, but sometimes they pop up on like YouTube Shorts and stuff for me. And all it is the most absurd way to create something. Like they have one episode about like creating sunglasses where you take something, you melt it down, you reshape it, you cut things out, you glue it together, and then it's like a life hack. Life hack, you just made your own sunglasses. And if you watch the video, it's like 18 steps and you have to spend like $1,000 on like machinery to make this life hack. Love those. Those are my favorite because they're just so stupid and over the top. Love them. Guilty pleasure right there.
Life hack. Life hack. Just
Get a
buy
3D
a
printer.
machine that can mold the plastic that you want.
Life hack 1,
right.
be rich. Life hack 2, buy anything you need. That's the 2 life hacks.
I feel like We were talking about Kanye before we started this, and I feel like that would be Kanye's life hack. Like he would say that in an interview. He'd be like, yo, but for real, like I figured out my life hack was that I'm rich. Like I feel like that's a Kanye quote.
That is such that definitely is though.
Oh my God. All right. So we have gathered here to talk this week about the most pitch. Oh shit! I didn't even do.
You didn't
Hold
even
on.
introduce us. Do it now. It's
Hold
fine.
on. Yep. Hold on. I'm just reset. I need to center myself. I'm all over the place. Okay.
I need to center myself.
Yeah. Okay. Hi. Welcome.
Welcome to the Unpop Podcast, a podcast where we talk about unpopular things in pop culture. I am the co-host who has to step in here, Odie Matthews, they, them. With me is your lovely host, El Capitan, Carvin Minor, he, him. There you go. Covered. Done. You're welcome. Got you out of a jam.
I don't know how I'm going to recover the tempo from this. I just started off on another level today. I don't know what it is. You know what it is?
What?
I worked from home today. I actually solved like a ton of shit from home. Like I got way more done from home than I even normally get done. And normally I'm not one of those work from home people that like doesn't get dressed and just goes and pretends that they're doing work. Like I'm a work from home person who's like, all right, I'm working from home, which means I'm going to accomplish by 3 what I or like even by like 1 p.m. what I normally accomplish by like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Right. I'm that guy. Like I'm like, wait, I'm not gonna get interrupted by anybody.
I'm always more productive.
I can get it all done.
Working from home.
So, but today I got even more done from home. Like I felt even more effective. I had people thanking me on the phone. I was riding high off that. And then I played Commander, the Magic the Gathering game that I love to play against 2 people who I have never beat. They are a lovely couple. Their names are Matt and Pat, and they came over to play me in Magic the Gathering. And I gotta tell you, Matt and Pat have crushed me every single time I've played them in Magic the Gathering. Like, no, seriously. Like, they know, like, they can tell. Maybe I'm telegraphing it, but they could, like, tell the turn that I'm about to pop off. And, like, one of them would be like, I gotta take care of you before you're a threat. Which is how you play the command. It's how you play the game. So I'm never mad about it. But I really, like, honestly, like, the silent competitive part of myself was like, man, I've never beat these guys, but they want to come over and play. They're probably just gonna trounce me. Whatever. Like, yeah, let's play Commander. I beat them twice.
Damn. I don't know
and
what
I was
this
like,
means, to be honest. But
we're playing what MIT has rated the most complex game in the world, right?
Okay.
And we're
Brag.
playing it against each other.
Flex.
And it's a flex.
Hey, do it.
And they came over to play, and they're very good players. Like their decks are very tuned. They know what they want to do with them. And mine are usually not so ready for it. Like mine are like more fun. Like they're like me. Like my decks are like, yeah, I might win, but if I win, it's probably an accident.
Yeah.
And then I won twice. And the second one was very hard to organize, but I like organized all of the pieces in my head the right way. And I was like, I think I win again. And it worked. I was very happy with it. I was riding high off that.
It sounds like
I've got a 4-day weekend.
It sounds like you had a pretty productive day overall, though. Can I tell you what my day's been like?
Yes.
Now, keep in mind, I'm 2 hours behind you. So what
was the day like for self-employed Odie Matthews? What was their day like?
This is probably gonna make a lot of people upset. I stayed up until 5 a.m. watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Perfect life choices.
Slept till 12:30 in the afternoon, and then I took my dog out. Then I went grocery shopping at the Asian market here that I love. Got some mochi donuts and some coffee.
Love it.
Stopped by the cannabis store.
Yep.
Came home. Took a power nap.
Okay.
Now I'm recording a podcast with you. And that was my day so far.
That's it.
I didn't have to work. You did today. Nope. I did all of my work. I basically did all of my work for like the next 2 weeks in like 3 days. So I'm on like a 9-day weekend right now. Just vibing.
Wow. What a flex.
Hey, if you're going to flex, I'm going to flex.
Look, that's a hard... I actually had to work today, and that's not a flex.
I had to work. I had to walk around a grocery store.
Odie,
Kevin? Yes.
don't be that guy. Don't be that guy who says going to the grocery store is work.
It is work. Although, to be fair...
It's not work.
To be fair, we went to the Asian market, and then I put a delivery order in for our actual groceries from, like, the regular supermarket, so...
Odie?
I only did half the work.
You didn't even do half the work, Odie.
I did, like, less than... So, what are we talking about today? The most American thing. And this, honestly, seems like we're on the right track.
That's a pretty fucking American thing. Like, that's definitely, like, some bougie-ass middle-class living that you flaunted at our listeners. There are people who listen to this podcast that have to go work at gas stations, Odie. I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, actually, one of my favorite things to say to our interns at my job is that one of my favorite things to point out, I'm like, you guys, you have a simple job when you come in here every day. You have like one thing that you need to accomplish. Could you imagine being an intern at like a gas station or like a convenience store or like any, I know they don't have interns, but like, I'm like, could you imagine being an intern at like a shitty place to work? And they're like, wow, yeah, we really do have it good. I think they haven't put together that those places don't have interns yet, but whatever, they're like college kids. And so I'm just like, imagine if you had to intern someplace shitty and they're like, wow, we really do have it good.
So
and
good.
They're productive.
Well, can I say one thing? Let me say one thing though.
Yeah.
Those 3 days, because I feel bad because this sounds like a bigger brag than it is. Those 3 days that I worked, I literally worked for like 19 hours each of those days. I woke up, started working, ate at my desk, drank caffeine at my desk. Like I literally worked. Like I woke up at like 6 a.m. and I wasn't done working one of those days until like 11 p.m. So
you have the same schedule as like a warehouse worker. Basically,
yeah, kind of. Like
you're like I'm 36 on, I'm 48 off.
More like I'm
36
60.
on.
Yeah, pretty. So just want to say it's not, and it's really not 9 days because I'm going to start working again. Like I'm obviously not going to stop working, but to be fair,
you're going to start working again, Odie? You're not just going to order groceries from the Asian market every day of your life?
First I'm going to enjoy this weekend, then I'm going to start working. Anyway.
Wait, are we just on the other side of the gap? Like, am I a millennial and you're Gen Z?
No, I'm a millennial.
Okay, cool.
Thank God.
I didn't know. I don't know. I don't pay attention to these things.
No, my partner Goose is the start of Gen Z, I believe. Yeah.
Goose they're the start?
Well, like their year is the start.
Is the start.
But
so they're Gen Z.
So me and up are millennial, and then Joey and down would be Gen Z. Joey's Gen Z, Julian, Danny, they're all Gen Z.
Oh my God. That makes so much sense. No wonder they don't get my jokes.
Hold on one second. Can I answer a call on the podcast and let them know I'm on a podcast? It's my sister.
Yeah.
I need to
do it. Oh, wow. What a flex.
Hey, sister.
Is flexing the most American thing? Because I feel like that's what you're doing right now.
You're on my podcast right now.
You're
I'm currently
flexing.
Recording. You can say hi
Odie's
to everybody.
just talking right now to his phone or their phone. They're just talking to their phone and flexing real hard on the. They're so important that they're answering their phone on the podcast and just flexing on their sister and you, the listener, and you too. And you should petition them. You should say no more flexing. You're a flexaholic.
Yeah, okay, I love you.
And
bye.
You've been flexing so hard on all of us. And we shall not take it anymore. There shall be an uprising of the unflexers. And we shall take down the bougie middle-class flexing attitude of the Odie Matthewses of the world. I had the podcast to myself for a minute. And you know what happens when I get something to myself? An uprising. That's what happens. So you were a revolution.
So you were talking during that entire thing?
The entire time.
So what was the point of me answering that call on air? I could have just ignored it.
I didn't want to hear you talk. I couldn't hear you talk.
I know I lost your audio, so that was fun.
I lost your audio. You were too busy flexing. That's what this podcast is about now. We're not even going to talk. Yeah, well, I mean, what's the most American thing? Flexing.
Well,
what did George Washington do when he crossed the Delaware? Flex on Britain. What did Boston do when they threw a bunch of tea into the harbor and some other goods? Flex on Britain. They also lost some pretty valuable things because they definitely could have made a profit on that, and that would have been even more. If there was a Boston Tea Party now, they would pretend to throw the tea in the bay and then bootleg it to people and call it limited edition stolen British tea and make a profit off of it. And that would be the most American thing and a double flex.
Well, can we actually go through the most American things because of 4th of July, which is the whole point of this? I sat down and made an actual list. I have a list,
that's
Kevin.
awesome. I don't
list.
have a list.
But I have one.
Good. Bring it.
I can speed run some of these too because it's a pretty long list. I have like 20 things.
I want you hit me with the things on this. Are they ordered? Are we doing a top 10? Are we doing a top 5? What is this?
I can.
What is this?
I can do a top 5.
Is it like 1 fireworks, 2 bacon? Like, is it that list or is it like?
Yeah, kind of.
Is it like
that's
something?
exactly what it is. It's a mix.
Oh,
it's a mix.
cool. All right, hit me with the most American things, and we will either and on a scale from that's basically French to Star Spangled Banner.
Okay.
Oh wait, but the Star Spangled Banner was robbed from a British drinking song. Hold on. To Bruce Springsteen.
Okay. Bruce Springsteen. I like it.
Yep. So we'll say that's basically French or that's Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
That'll be our scale.
I'm gonna make a note.
No in between.
I'm gonna make a note of.
You can't be French and be Bruce Springsteen.
I'm gonna make a note next to each one, either TF for that's French or BS for Bruce Springsteen. I had to think for a second. I was like, is it a C?
Yes.
Is Springsteen start
Do
with
that.
a C?
It might.
It'd be good. All right, here we go. The first one on this list, and the first thing that came to my mind. So this list is in the order of which I thought of them. And the first one is apple pie.
Well, I mean, that's as American as apple pie.
Okay, so well, what does that mean then?
All right, but really, okay. No. So hold on. We got to get it. No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apple pie is pretty goddamn American, right?
I hate apple pie.
However, apples in the colonial days were more often used to make apple brandy, which has the name Calvados, right? And Calvados, like apple brandy, is really a Mediterranean thing. Go on.
So it's basically
apple pie
French.
never got more American than when that guy from yeah, that was apple pie. Then when that guy from American Pie stuck his dick in it. That was the most American apple pie I'd ever gotten. Because what is America if not a giant adolescent phase of a social experiment?
I thought you were going to say, what is America if not just going around sticking your dick in things? But
Well,
yours
that's
is
a
better.
giant adolescent phase, isn't it?
So we're going
of
to
a social experiment.
So that's
We're just
basically
walking
French.
around sticking our dick in other people's apple pie.
I'm going to say,
Trying to make sweet, sweet love to it. Get ready for that foreign exchange student to come over. Wow, that actually wasn't even that American. He was trying to get with the foreign exchange student. He was practicing for that. He was practicing for a foreign girl.
Are you still talking
Where
about
can apple pie be more American? We need to make it more American. I mean, I guess if Bruce Springsteen made it, it would be pretty American, right? That guy's just singing Beltway blues.
If Obama
and
made it, it'd be
making
very
apple
American.
pie. That would be pretty goddamn American.
So what?
Barack Obama. Okay, let's replace apple pie with Barack Obama. Number 5. Is this a top 5?
I mean, it can be. There's a lot on
Number
here.
5, Barack Obama. All right, hit it. What's number 4?
Wait, I said these were in the order that they came to me.
All right, great. What's number 4? In the order in which it came to you. Also, coincidentally, the order in which they are placed on a tier.
All right, I guess. I had
Just do it.
okay. I had pickup trucks.
I am the captain.
Okay.
Okay.
I had pickup trucks.
Pickup trucks.
Pickup trucks. Yeehaw,
Are
pickup
these trucks that pick up other trucks?
No.
Are these people picking up trucks?
Pickup
Are
trucks.
these pickups that happen from people leaning out the side of trucks to catcall? Or what are we talking about?
Do you know what a pickup truck is, Kevin?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
Then that. Just that.
A pickup, just a pickup truck.
Yeah, like a truck. Like a truck. A pickup truck, a truck. A Ford, a Dodge, a Chevy, Silverado. Built Ford Tough. Ram, rah. Those.
Where,
I'm so
okay,
bad.
okay.
I don't know
So,
any of these.
but then a lot of them are using patented technologies that were developed in other countries by car companies.
They're built in other companies. Dodge is built in
They're
Canada.
built by other companies. I mean, Dodge. I mean, Canada's in. Let's be real. It's in North America. I mean, can you get much more Canadian than, or can you get much more American than walking into Canada and just calling it America Part 2?
I mean,
right?
if you're Ron Swanson.
But so pickup trucks.
Again, this was the order they came to me. So saying this is like the fourth most American thing is not correct.
I'm just telling you, like a box Chevy,
all right,
is probably pretty American. But what's more American than driving in a big freighter, like a big hauler, right? You know, really, really trucking across the country. You know, the blood, sweat, and tears of the USA.
Kevin, there are so many things on this list, and we are on number 2, and you're dissecting these like crazy.
I know. I'm just saying, look, Ice Road Truckers is an American classic TV show, right?
Yes.
And people are driving these, they're hauling, right? And they got to make it across the ice. And you know what I loved about that show was that they told you what was going to happen in the title of the show, and it still was a hit anyway. Like, what's going to happen on this episode of Ice Road Truckers? You said all 3 things that are happening in the show.
Well, you know, I used to do that.
There's ice, there's a road, and there's truckers.
I used to be a semi-driver. I used to drive semi-trucks. I had a Class A license.
You drove a semi-trucks, or did you drive trucks with a semi?
I drove semi-trucks. Tractor trailers is what we call them in the industry. So I don't know if you know what that is. So I'm trying to use the layman terms. You know, semi-truck, but it's tractor trailer. If you want to be intellectual with it. Can I just
if you're an American, you don't want to trail behind anything. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me just speed run a couple of these towards the bottom. All right, because I think I know a top 5. I'm gonna speed run a couple. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Jorts. What do you think? Just yay or nay? American.
You're speed running. Go.
Yeah. We're gonna speed run. Okay, let me say these. I'm gonna speed run some of these, and you're gonna say yay or nay if they're American or not.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Jorts.
Yeah. Freddie Mercury loved them, so British.
Okay. Home Run Derby.
Who's the champion of the Home Run Derby currently?
I have no idea. Are you asking me?
All right, cool. I guess it's American, but I'm thinking like, you know, Sammy Sosa, Jose Canseco, like these are not American names.
Yeah,
keep going.
Okay.
All right, cool. Not American. Go.
Cut off tees.
Cut off tees, like sleeves or crop tops?
Both. Just doing it yourself.
Once again, Freddie Mercury loved them, so I'm going to say British.
All right, barbecues.
Oh, you got me. I can't.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if there's any way that I could do that. I mean, yeah.
All right, corn dogs.
Yeah, that's some Guy Fieri American shit right there for sure. That's like the only way you can make that more American is if you put food coloring in it. That's definitely going to lower your sperm count.
Where it looks like
and
the
then
American
consume
flag.
it in a red, white, and blue fashion.
Yep,
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant with the food coloring. Yeah.
We went to the same place.
Keep going.
Oprah Winfrey.
You know, yeah. I didn't recognize her as a human being until that time that she tried to do zip lining and she yelled out, "My vajayjay's painin'." That was probably the funniest and most real Oprah Winfrey has ever been. Was when she was just getting straight up jocked in the crotch by a zip line and yelled, "My vajayjay's painin'" from the treetops. Keep going.
Yeah, it's pretty American. All right, what about this one? Adult illiteracy.
Yeah, I would say that's American, but that's just an issue everywhere in the world, and that's sad.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.
What about this one? Not admitting that you're at war when you're clearly at war.
Oh, that's 100% American. We invented that.
And we created that.
Yeah, we invented that.
All right, this is one of my favorites, and this could probably make a case for the top 5. But leaving the G off of words that end in ing, but putting the apostrophe there when you spell it because you know there's a G, but you still prefer to drop it, like fishing and hunting and, driving.
I re-reference my reference about Oprah saying my vajayjay's painin'. Yes.
Yep. Okay. Being gluten-free.
Uh, I would say that's American, but that's just an issue everywhere in the world, and that's sad.
Not admitting that you're at war when you're clearly at war.
Yep.
Okay. Being gluten-free.
Being gluten-free. Being gluten-free. Being gluten-free. Yep.
Okay. Talking about being gluten-free.
I mean, hand in hand.
Yeah, I know. I just thought those were funny. I
Yeah,
wanted to
absolutely.
put them in there.
I mean, if you're gluten free, you're going to talk about being gluten free, and it's really not our problem. It's just like, you know, the industry that surrounds the bread that we've been consuming for half a century or so has caused us to have an intolerance to a thing that it happens to be closely related to gluten. So go on.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
Lighting things on fire, like fireworks, campfires, bonfires, trees.
That's a global thing. Nope,
Okay.
that's global. Nope.
Air
Can't be
conditioning?
American. That's a global thing. Definitely not British,
Definitely.
but definitely not only American.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Country music?
Oh, I'm because of the nature in which the music was derived and from whence it came. Pass.
Pass. Pass. I didn't know that was an option, but hey, I respect it. The word y'all?
Pass.
What? Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No, that's American.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. This one's one of my favorites. Saying that our sports teams are world champions when they only competed against themselves.
NFL, MLB, absolutely. Yes.
It's a very American thing to do. Making game shows out of everything, especially surviving, like Survivor ones, where like they have to survive on an island where people already live, but we make it look like it's super hard and difficult. It's a very American thing.
That is turning out to be more of a global thing as time goes on, but
That's
yes,
true.
we did popularize that.
If we would have done this in the early 90s or late 90s or like mid 2000s, then that would have definitely been like a pretty American thing. What about this one?
The first episode of Survivor actually aired right after Seinfeld finished their last episode. That's a funny moment that I remember from our culture.
That's
weird. It
weird.
was almost like, well, it was kind of funny because I loved Seinfeld as a kid, and it was almost like, oh, that we're doing that now. That's the new thing. Okay, I see it. And now here we are, like reality television's everything, you know, fucking 90 Day Fiance and like, Is It Cake and
Love is Blind.
All the shit.
Yeah.
Love is, yeah. Oh, my favorites are the ones that people get like way too into. Like they're like, oh my god, we're gonna sit. It's Bachelor night.
Oh, we're gonna watch the
Bachelorette song.
No.
And then they've got Big Brother / the Bachelorette crossover.
The one thing I do know about the Bachelor is there was one season where the Bachelor himself ran out of the house and like jumped a fence and like face planted because he was like just over it or something. Hilarious.
Yeah.
If you look up YouTube,
that's
like,
awesome.
Just YouTube Bachelor jumping over fence scene. It's golden.
What's wrong? The guy was like, "What? I can't take it. All of these women want me."
I don't think he wanted to be there in the first place.
Oh,
I mean, I wouldn't.
Like
either.
his friends signed. His friends signed him up. It was a prank. They're like, "We got you, man. You're gonna be the Bachelor on season 17." You're like, dude's like, "I don't want to be the Bachelor on season 17.
Like, I'm
already
gay."
married." They're like, "Too bad. We signed you up. It's a prank. Your wife's already gonna divorce you."
That's a funnier prank if it was a gay guy, because then he'd be surrounded by women and like they want to get with him and he has to pretend to be straight. That's actually an idea for a game show that I think somebody pitched once.
The producers are like, "Listen, can you just hold out on this for us, please?" Like they're like, "We're really trying to make some content here." All right, keep going.
Wait, hang on. There's a web show that's like this where it's like Guess the Racist or whatever, where like one racist person is trying to date other people behind a blindfold, and it's and like that person's extremely racist, and usually it's like it's all people of color, but when one white person pretending to be racist, and it's like it's a very big social experiment that we have created in this loophole or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about?
Keep going.
Oh, John Deere.
Oh yeah, that's 100% American.
My big green tractor.
I don't even think they manufacture those outside of the country
like
like the other things and then import them. I think those are 100% American made. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. My dad has one. He loves it. He's very, very American, very patriotic about it.
The way we think that English is just simply called American because of adult illiteracy.
I don't think that, but okay.
All right, what about this one? Bald eagles. Is that American for
Yep.
you?
They're indigenous, so yeah.
What about fried food?
No, the food gets fried in other countries. Nope.
What about fried bald eagles?
Well, that's illegal, Odie. That's an illegal eagle that you've got there.
Illegal eagle. Illegal eagle. That's really fun to say. Illegal eagle.
Fun to say, not fun to get caught
don't
doing.
Do that. Yeah, don't do that. NASCAR.
Yeah,
Why do you sound so disappointed with that one?
because doesn't the NA stand for North American
Could be
in
Canadian.
NASCAR?
Could be Canadian. Could be Mexican.
They can't be Canadian. What is it? North American Sports Canadian Auto Racing? Like,
yeah,
no,
that's what it is. NASCAR.
it's not that.
The last one that I have on my list,
Okay.
you ready for it, is
Mhm.
defending and thinking that shitty beer is actually good.
I am drinking a shitty NA beer right now, and I'm going to tell you that it's good until I die.
Well, I'm thinking,
So,
okay,
yes.
so my mind goes to the songs that defend, like, PBR and Bud Light and Budweiser, and, I mean, like, those aren't good.
Oh, you mean like pissant water beer that
Mhm.
dudes who pretend that they're tough will drink?
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely.
Or throw
Super
out
American.
if they go
Actually,
quote-unquote woke.
the most American thing that you actually said on that list was NASCAR, right?
That's the most American thing I said? You think
That
so?
is
Okay,
the most American thing that you have said.
Let's
because let's break. Okay,
I'm gonna
Go
recap.
ahead and recap the
So
thing.
here's all the ones that you said were American, and then I'm gonna tell you which ones you
Okay, hit
said
it.
weren't American. All right, so the ones that you
Hit
said
it.
were Americans are the word y'all, calling sports teams that win locally world champions, John Deere,
Yeah.
bald eagles, NASCAR, barbecues, corn dogs, Oprah Winfrey, adult illiteracy, not admitting you're at war when you're clearly at war, leaving off the G of words, being gluten-free, and talking about being gluten-free. Now, what you said wasn't American, to recap, was American football, pickup trucks, air conditioning, lighting things on fire, making a game show out of surviving on stuff, the way we think English is called American, fried food, jorts, the home run derby, cutoff tees, and then the ones that you passed on were country music. That's our recap,
Yeah.
including the pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pass on country music real hard.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Okay, cool. Okay, so NASCAR is the most American thing that you said. Here's why.
Okay.
There is nothing more American than getting about 10,000 people together to watch a bunch of rednecks race around in a circle hoping one of them crashes, while a bunch of higher grade rednecks park their RVs in the center of the field and don't watch the rednecks, but instead drink and party and
on top of
their
their
sisters.
motorhome roofs. That's where they do it.
And and that's pretty much NASCAR in my mind. Like
can I admit
100%,
something?
that's what NASCAR is. What?
Can I admit something to you and to everybody
You like
listening?
NASCAR?
Okay, it's worse than that. So when I was a kid growing up, I wanted to race in NASCAR because I liked racing go-karts. But what makes it even worse is that I went to multiple races a year. I even every year for about 8 years went to the one in Miami, Florida, and worked a trailer and had like pit passes. My room when I was a kid was decorated with NASCAR. Yeah, I was not just a fan, like I wanted to be them. That's how bad it was.
Which racer was your favorite?
Mark Martin. He drove number 6, the Viagra one.
He's a piece of shit. I was a big fan of Kevin Harvick.
Ooh, my sister liked Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And Jeff Gordon.
So my dad
Jeff Gordon is the
religiously
Tom
watches
Cruise of NASCAR. Oh my God.
Yeah, he kind of is.
Jeff Gordon is the Tom Cruise of NASCAR.
He is the Tom Cruise of
Hot
NASCAR.
take. You heard it here first.
Hit me.
That's it. Jeff Gordon is the Tom
okay.
Cruise of NASCAR. He's a likable and nice
yes.
guy, but he's a fucking weirdo.
Yep.
And he's really good.
Yep.
And people are loyal.
Yep.
But he's a weirdo. Anyway,
Yep.
What were you going to say about your dad? Sorry.
My dad's a religious NASCAR fan. Like, he'll watch it every chance that he gets. He went to the Daytona 500. He goes to the Loudon race every year. Big NASCAR guy. So I grew up my dad would just have it on the TV. So every once in a while, I'd sit down and I'd be like, all right, so what's going on here, and what exactly is the advantage that someone has? Like, I would
There
just
is no
be
advantage.
asking.
I never understood how one car was
questions.
faster than the other. Well, he's just better at shifting.
Well, I mean, there is something to be said for being good at drafting. There's probably something intuitional about it. I'm like not going to sit here and be an apologist and attempt to defend an entire sport that I've never really cared that much about in my entire lifetime.
I will.
But
I'm just kidding.
yeah, you will, Odie.
This episode's
but I
about
will say
NASCAR
that
now.
was the most American thing, because also at NASCAR, let's check off the American bingo list. A lot of people saying y'all, right? Probably
True.
a couple barbecues going on.
Drinking
People
shitty
definitely
beer.
have corn dogs.
That was one of them.
There are some people who are claiming that they're not at war when in fact they would very readily and most actively are in a race war in their minds.
And you know that they're going to be talking about the other sports teams that they like, and they're going to mention the fact that they were world champions.
World champion. Yep, exactly.
Mhm.
A bald eagle might be flying over the stadium. Who
Or
knows?
someone will have a
This
bald
is
eagle tattoo.
on them. See?
Drinking Bud Light. Budweiser.
This is
NASCAR's
See, NASCAR just
Did we
checks
just crack the
all
code?
of the American. We did. It's
Oh
the
my
most
God.
American thing. If
Holy
you want to
crap.
be a true American, you have to subscribe to the cult of NASCAR. You must pick a favorite driver, get a bald eagle tattoo, start eating corn dogs, go to the center of the track and grope your sister, or sit in the stands and wait for a crash.
You really hit the head on the nail with that one.
That's it, man.
That's it. Oh no.
I'll tell you, that's not the only thing that got hit on the head.
Oh God. Oh no.
All right.
What other American things? I mean, I was gonna do some American movies, right? And the ones that came to mind were like Saving Private Ryan, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Another one that came to mind was War of the Worlds. Another good American movie, The Patriot with Mel Gibson. Flags of Our Fathers. Like any war movie really is very like American Sniper literally has the word American in the name. Like these are all very American movies, right? Like I was stationed overseas briefly and I talked to people and I asked them about like the American story movies, like how well like are they received over there and stuff. And most people don't care. Just like when we make movies about people from other countries, people here don't care. Which makes perfect sense.
Yep. I was gonna come in.
That's not true. People do care, I guess. But...
I was coming into this from a completely different angle.
Oh, well, I hand the reins to you now. I guess metaphorically.
So I was I was taking more of a comedic approach to this, and I was gonna come in and say, Odie, you know, we try to think of the most American things. And when you think of the first thing that people saw when they came to America at the turn of the century, what was it?
When they came to America at the turn of the century?
Yeah, when people came to America, when they were seeing America, what was the first thing they saw?
What year? 1800, 1900?
Just when they first came to America.
Oh, Statue of Liberty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most American. It's an American icon. It's all over the place. It's we put it on money.
I was
we
just
put it
there.
everywhere that we possibly can.
I was just there a couple months ago. At the Statue of Liberty.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The Statue of Liberty.
Uh-huh.
She's actually, much like many great things that we have in America,
She's from France.
a gift from our friends in France.
Yeah. Yeah. They built it.
Originally called La Liberté éclairant le monde.
Oh, good pronunciation, I think.
The Statue of Liberty was gifted to us because we simply beat the French to the idea of a proper republic. A republic, you say? Well, the republic happens to be the basis upon which a great portion of the American Constitution was founded, because many of the founding fathers were influenced by someone who you would say is like the founding godfather of the spirit of this country. And that man's name was Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Once again,
Is that the guy from
a
Les
gift
Mis?
to us
Les
from
Mis?
France. No, it's Jean-Jacques Rousseau.
That's the guy from Les
He
Mis.
is. No, he's the guy. No.
From
no,
Les
no,
Mis.
No. That's Jean Beljac.
Oh.
Yes.
My bad.
Jean-Jacques Rousseau is a French philosopher who famously had a war with had an intellectual war with Diderot, who founded the encyclopedia, something that we attempted to claim for ourselves. Once again, a gift from our friends in France. Diderot and Rousseau had a war over the idea of like art and what needed to be put into an encyclopedia and how knowledge could be put together. But Jean-Jacques Rousseau wrote this book. He wrote the Republic, which, America was based off. And going with the same theme, what I would like to actually posit to you is that the most American thing that we currently have in our possession in this country is also a French notion, a French entity.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Is it French fries?
No.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
No. Oh,
do you have another one?
Declaration of Independence, was it written on French paper? That's
No.
pretty American.
You might never guess this.
The Arch in Missouri.
I'm just gonna say some words.
Golden Gate Bridge.
And I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I'm gonna see
Rushmore.
if you get who I'm.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm done guessing.
It's a gift from our friends
Okay.
in France.
Give me a hint.
I'm going to say some names, and I'm going to see if you know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about this man from The Minions, The Rise of Gru, from Legionnaire, from Six Bullets, from movies like Kickboxer, Enemies Closer, Universal Soldier, The Expendables, Replicant, Kung Fu Panda 2, Sudden Death, We Die Young, Desert Heart. I'm talking about the man from In Hell, the man from Time Cop, the man from The Quest, the man who played the most American person that you could ever play in a Street Fighter movie, and also was the star of the very famous American film Bloodsport.
You're talking about Jean-Claude
I'm
Van
talking,
Damme?
of course, about Jean-Claude Van Damme. He is the most American thing
God. I knew exactly
in the world.
Like 2 movies in, I
currently.
was like, is this motherfucker talking about Jean-Claude Van Damme? And then you just kept going, and I was like, he is talking about Jean-Claude Van Damme. Love it. Keep going.
Much like many things that have made their way to America, Jean-Claude Van Damme was born and raised in Brussels, Belgium, and is essentially a French national. He was gifted to us via the film industry and revolutionized what we thought about action films. I dare say you would not have a patriotic action film today were it not for the work of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
And falling in line with the thesis that I have stated, Jean-Jacques Rousseau writes The Republic. Oh, a Declaration of Independence, you say.
Okay.
The Statue of Liberty shows up. Oh, we have become the melting pot of the world, you say. Jean-Claude Van Damme arises. We are the dominating film moguls of the entire world.
Big time jump, but all right.
The most American thing. Got it? Nothing in between.
It's like there's nothing between the Statue of Liberty and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Nothing.
There's nothing.
Nothing.
There are
Hot take.
two. There's. Look, in my mind, there are 2 Americas.
Okay.
There's BVD and AVD.
Love it.
There's BVD.
Before Damn and after Damn. All right.
The man who originally did the split punch.
Yeah.
Come on. You gotta give it. He plays Guile in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
We had an opportunity as a country to pick the most American person we could pick to represent America in the most American idea of an action film ever.
Yeah.
And we picked Jean-Claude Van Damme. We elected him. He is the most American thing that we have.
I mean, it's hard to argue that. You got some good logic and you got facts to back it up. And I'm trying to think of a rebuttal here really hard because I don't want that to be it. But I think I might have to just accept that is it. I think that's just
the only thing that trumps it is that guy with an American Eagle tattoo drinking a Bud Light in the center of a NASCAR race, groping his sister.
You know what else?
Saying, Y'all get over here. Y'all
Get on. Get on and get.
And there is not much else after these things.
Here's another very American thing.
Hit me.
British people playing Americans using an American accent. There are
100%.
so many of those in the film industry now.
It's my absolute favorite. Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom Holland. You've got Evan Evans. You got Evan Peters, I think, as well.
You're gonna say him. You're gonna say my. You're gonna say the guy. I know you are.
Martin Freeman, your favorite actor.
Fucking phoning it in, baby. Listen. All right. Look, we've talked about the most American thing. We're 45 minutes. Do you agree that Jean-Claude Van Damme is the most American thing that exists in America currently?
Agree is a strong word. What's a level? What's a level below
you
that?
agree? Odie?
What happens?
Basically French or Bruce Springsteen?
What happens if
Where are we?
What happens if I disagree? Then what happens?
If you disagree?
Then what do we do?
Well, then one of us is wrong, and I'm looking at him right now. That's
yourself. You're looking at him, so yourself in your little corner?
No, it's you. I'm not looking at myself. I don't have the camera flipped.
Yeah, you're looking at yourself.
Do you think Jean-Claude Van Damme is the most American thing? Agree or disagree?
Disagree. I say it's Tom Cruise.
How is it Tom Cruise?
My head went to Top Gun, and I just want it to be difficult.
Is it Tom Cruise because Scientology is a religion that was essentially founded in America and on the premise that we could extort money from people?
Yeah. Then yeah. You know what? Because of that reason, yeah, it's Tom Cruise. Top Gun, Tom Cruise, American, Mission Impossible, Saving the World, Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise, being weird with Oprah. He was in a NASCAR movie.
Tom Cruise also played Jack Reacher at one point.
Yeah, the 6'2"
right.
Jack Reacher was played by the 5'6" Tom Cruise. Very American.
Okay, you got me, and I'll give you Tom Cruise.
Hell yeah.
Even the way he runs is probably the most American run I've ever seen in my entire life. But it's so serious. He's taking himself so serious.
Yeah, he really is.
But I'm gonna say very close second to Tom Cruise.
Much
like many people would say,
let's just have them share the first spot. I'm okay if they share the first spot.
All right, if Jean-Claude Van Damme and Tom Cruise kiss, that's the most American thing ever.
It's Jean-Tom Cruise Van Damme.
It has to be both of them kissing.
Okay, I like that. Let's put a petition.
But Tom Cruise has to make the move, right? And then Van Damme's just got to answer it.
He's got to mean it.
If that happens, that's America, baby.
I like
that's what we're all about. Not only that, that's pretty progressive. That's a modern American moment right there. Mm-hmm. That's what we need. This podcast, our goal now is to get one of our goals now is to get Tom Cruise and Jean-Claude Van Damme to kiss. That's what we need. We need those things. That is how we achieve peak America in the 2020s.
Would it count if in the next Mission Impossible movie, Jean-Claude Van Damme is there and he's in a mask when he kisses Tom Cruise? Does that count?
I'll settle for Tom Cruise taking a sip of water and Jean-Claude Van Damme taking a sip of water out of the same glass within 5 seconds.
All right.
I'll count that
All
even.
Right. I'm gonna make this
That's
happen.
A victory, baby.
Step one.
That's a dub I'm willing to take.
I'm gonna make this happen. So step one, I just got to get into Hollywood as a director with enough pull to get Tom Cruise and Jean-Claude Van Damme in one of my movies. Then I'm gonna make this happen.
Yes.
So this seems like a pretty easy
and
thing for me to
it has to
accomplish.
be a self-contained drama.
Okay.
Wherein Tom Cruise and Jean-Claude Van Damme are talking about how they might need to get a divorce, but then in the end, they kiss and make up.
So I'm going to make it the most American movie I can. So it's actually going to be Jean-Claude Van Damme and Tom Cruise are step-siblings watching NASCAR who fall in love with each other.
But they don't know that they're step-siblings yet. Oh, no, wait. You would know. Never mind.
Oh, no, wait. They're cousins. But they don't know they're cousins.
They're cousins.
But after they find out they're cousins, they're okay with it. And then
they don't know.
And then they kiss.
And they didn't know it, but both of them got the same American Eagle tattoo.
I was going to say, they have matching, and that's how they meet.
That's how they meet. Yeah,
wow,
we're writing it right now. Screenplay.
This is going to be good.
This episode is a hot mess, and I love it. I want to get into... Okay, we've covered it. We've got America covered. Odie, have you watched Secret Invasion yet? This is where we're going
I will not watch it.
Okay.
I will probably not end up watching it. Spoil the hell out of it. Do whatever you want.
Can I put a Secret Invasion spoilers?
Yeah, go for it. I don't care
Right
about
here
Marvel that much
in the
anymore.
beginning?
So
All
go
right.
for it.
Secret spoilers, ho!
All right. Secret Invasion begins. And I turned it on the other night because I came home. I'm exhausted. I was basically a single parent all week. You know, I've got kids. I've got Mason at one point. Like, it's just me and the kids. Yeah. That's it. Brandy's opening a car wash down in South Carolina, right? She's doing her thing. She's doing her job. So it's me and the kids all week. And I came home. I'm exhausted. I've just gotten done with everything that I need to do for the day. And I'm like, all right, what am I going to turn on? Secret Invasion's on. The ad for it is on Apple TV. I'm like, well, I've got Disney Plus. Here we go, Sam Jackson. Let's turn it on. Fuck me up. So, because I didn't want to do anything else. And I didn't want to think. And I knew if I turned it on, I wouldn't have to think. Go on. What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say you love Martin Freeman, and he's in it as well. So
I didn't know Martin Freeman was in it.
But you were so happy when he was. You texted me. I can read it out right here. Here, I'll read it right now. Kate the Arvin texted me the other day at 10:45 a.m. OMG, Odie, guess what? I replied, what? With a smiley face because, you know, politeness. And Kevin said, Martin Freeman, in parentheses, my favorite actor, you know this, is in Secret Invasion. I'm so happy. I'm giggling like a little schoolgirl. And then you put a bunch of little laughy emojis. Why are you ashamed of this?
That is not what I said. Martin Freeman was in it. Can I do my explanation now?
All right, I'm done. I'm
All
listening.
Right. I don't like him. He phones it in. So I turn on Secret Invasion. Much to my displeasure, the first fucking thing I see is Martin Freeman. And I start laughing immediately. First, I have to get over my anger because I didn't want this. Secondly, and it was an unpleasant surprise that secret / well-known Air Force pilot Martin Freeman is in Secret Invasion. And it's the first fucking thing I see. So I see him, and I'm like, oh, here we fucking go. And then, what's he doing? He's doing an espionage thing. He's sneaking around some back streets in Russia. You can see his breath in the air. It's nighttime. He goes into a warehouse. And what happens? There's a guy with a conspiracy theory board. And he's talking to him. He's like, there's fucking Skrull all over the place. You don't even know where the Skrull are coming from. They could be coming out your ears. They could be coming out your... He basically is pulling a Charlie Day in It's Always Sunny, you know, the Pepe Sylvia bit, right? He's like, I'm telling you, they're here. There's a bunch of... And they're weaving these shitty plot threads together. And I'm just like, oh, here we fucking go. Martin Freeman, I'm telling you, the dude's phoning it in. Anytime he gets a Marvel role, I feel like he just phones it in. He's like, well, I already got my check in the mail. Might as well just phone it in, baby.
I'm going to put this here real quick.
Martin Freeman's... Hold on. Why? He's in this scene. Okay. I need to finish my thing.
Go for it.
So, then what happens? Oh, shit. That guy dies and Martin Freeman's running away. And who's he running from? We don't know. It's like a hooded figure. Is it a Skrull? Is a Skrull chasing him down, right? And he gets chased to the edge of a building. And then he basically, he ends up falling from the building and he lands on the street. And the best fucking thing happens. He dies and he was a Skrull the entire time. And I loved it. I loved that I never have to see that again. Either that or it was a Skrull and Martin Freeman's been captured and they're going to bring him back in a later episode. I'm going to really...
He's probably still
Hold
in
on.
It. He's probably
I'm going to be really... Yes. And I'm going to be really pissed about it. But for now, Martin Freeman, well-known / secret Air Force pilot, is dead in the Marvel Universe. And I took my hat off and I saluted it and I sent you a text because I was giddy as hell that I don't have to watch that or deal with that bullshit anymore.
Although they might actually keep him dead because they haven't really known what to do with his character. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is just dead, you know? But
they better keep him dead. And you know what? I'm going to raise another NA beer to his ghost and memory. 1 second.
Oh. Okay. Well, now it's just me here. And, yeah. I don't know. Oh, Kevin's already back.
America!
Just gonna let him do his thing.
I'm back.
I have a Martin Freeman thing to tell you, but it's for our What's Your Jam segment.
Oh, cool. Well, we've got like at least another 10 minutes before we do What's Your Jam.
Yeah, I just don't want to forget because speaking of phoning it in, I watched a movie with Martin Freeman And all I could think about, because of what you kept saying about him, is how it seemed like he was phoning it in. And when I say the movie, you've definitely seen it, and you probably will agree.
I'm
Sizzle.
The only thing he didn't phone it in on, and very reasonably so, was the Coen brothers influenced first season of Fargo.
Mm-hmm.
That is the only thing I've ever seen where I was like, wow, I really enjoyed Martin Freeman in that. And it's because he was surrounded by other good actors, and the writing was really good, and he was still being like the same character that he is. I think the thing is, I don't like character actors who do characters that are pretty much like the same character all the time, right?
Those are frustrating.
Like, or that they are too much of themselves or a normal person while being those characters.
Like Ryan Reynolds
right?
or Chris Pratt.
Ryan Reynolds, kind of. But he's definitely done some interesting things where he's not completely that guy. Like, remember he did Amityville Horror? That was good.
Yeah, but I say for the most part.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
And
but
I like
Chris
Ryan.
Pratt for sure.
Anyways.
But I mean, my big hot take that no one ever seems to appreciate is that Tom Hanks does this all the fucking time and gets away with it.
Yeah.
He gets away with it all the time.
Definitely.
People are like, Tom Hanks did another thing.
Yeah,
give
you hate Tom
Give him an
Hanks.
Oscar now. Can we give Tom Hanks an Oscar? No, yeah, because he does the same dude every time. He's hilarious when you get him to do funny things, like actual funny things, like force him to do comedy. But he gets cast in, and maybe he's getting typecast, right? Maybe I'm just holding him being typecast against him. But ultimately, Tom Hanks has just been. I don't feel like he's been phoning it in because he actually is like a talented actor, but he does the same shit all the time.
I mean,
What's the big difference between Sully and Forrest Gump?
I'm not a big Tom Hanks fan, and I think so. Okay, this is actually perfect. You mentioned Forrest Gump just now. When I Googled the most American movies, the one that came up and across almost every list was Forrest Gump.
I hate Forrest Gump.
Oh my God, thank you. I think that movie is so stupid. I hate that movie.
It's the dumbest movie. It's about his mom being oppressed by the principal of a school so he can get into it, and then he's like actually just smart enough that he like moves on in school, but like, and people are like, it's a story of how he tried hard. It's like, he didn't try hard, he just had autism and people kept giving him tasks.
He just fell into things.
That's it.
That movie is about a woman taking advantage
Exactly.
of a mentally disabled man.
Yes, thank you. Hard agree.
And then she just dumps his kid on him when she has AIDS and is like, well, I'm gonna die now, here's your kid, bye.
Exactly.
Oh, he ran a lot?
Thank you.
Cool. You know who else runs a lot? Usain Bolt. And The Flash. The Flash ran right into a money pit because it did terrible and it tanked. It's going to lose like $200 million.
Oh, I hope it does.
Yeah, me too.
I hope DC takes some time to reflect.
I love
That's very American.
the justification for the bad CGI where they're just like, yeah, it's supposed to be bad. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not supposed to be bad.
I love that, like, the world is just so noisy now that companies can just get away with that. They're like, it's supposed to be bad. Don't worry about it.
That's
like,
fine.
eventually you're going to go and put a quarter into a quarter vending machine and nothing's going to come out. You're going to go, hey, nothing came out, but the vending machine's full. And, like, someone's going to go, it's supposed to do that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a
to
quarter
quote
machine.
Childish Gambino very aptly, this is America.
This is America. That's another American thing.
Don't catch you slipping up. That is that, yeah.
America.
Another thing that I would say is also very American that we didn't mention, but honorable mention to the movie Lord of War starring Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God! You know they're making a sequel.
Why?
Here's the thing.
They told the story. It's done. We don't need it.
No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's Nicolas Cage.
We don't need it.
It's Nicolas Cage coming back, and I believe it's Nicholas Holt or Evan. No, it's Nicholas Holt, I believe, is playing his son. And they're going to be a father-son arms-dealing duo.
This is so dumb.
You're a hater.
I'm just not into it. Like, you told a perfect story. Wrap it up. You said before, why not create new things? Why are we going back?
Well, this is new.
Maybe you didn't say that. Maybe I thought you said it.
Well, we said that last episode, but this is new. The Lord of War is based on a book. As far as I know, there's no sequel books. This is like a new story.
It's not new, though. It's them going, hey, Lord of War did pretty well when it came out. Why don't we do that again?
Maybe, but it was also made in 2005, so that's 18 years. It's a long time to be like,
true.
oh wait, this is because I feel like okay, actually, this is funny. I had I had a thing that I wanted to do, and now that
You had a bit?
I had a bit. Hang on. Hold on. Hold that thought.
Hold on.
Hold that thought. Hold on.
Holding.
I wanna list some things, and I want you to tell me what they have something in common, and I want you to tell me what they have in common. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me a second because these aren't in any order because I meant to get this together, but I didn't. So the first, okay. Retribution, Marlowe, Memory, Blacklight, Ice Road, Marksman, Honest Thief, Made in Italy, Cold Pursuit, The Commuter, Life in Black, Silence. What do all of those have in common?
I don't know who's in The Commuter, but it's definitely another actor.
They are all, except for the Silence movie at the end, they are all Liam Neeson old man revenge movies that have been made in the last 5 years. He has made...
Oh, yeah. Old Man Revenge is like a popular thing right now.
It's not even just that. The Old Man Revenge thing was a popular thing back when Taken came out, when Liam Neeson did it the first time. Then Mel Gibson did it. Then everybody did it, right? And then that fad died out.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson, since doing Taken, has done almost 20 Old Man Revenge movies, either revolving around his son being hurt, his son being kidnapped, his son being killed, his family being killed, his family being kidnapped. All those movies that I just named have the same plot of Liam Neeson. There's The Commuter, he's on a train trying to stop a bomb. The movie The Pursuit, he's in a car trying to stop a bomb. Cold Pursuit, he's in an ice road truck trying to stop a bomb. They're all the same movie, and I think it's hilarious.
I mean, going back to your American boy there, pretty sure Speed and Speed 2
Keanu Reeves
were this. Oh shit, that wasn't Tom Cruise.
Well, Keanu Reeves was in the first one. The second one was Sandra Bullock and Tom Cruise, I think.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves wasn't in the second one. He was only in the first.
What?
He wasn't in Speed 2. It was like Keanu Reeves. It was Sandra Bullock and somebody else was in Speed 2. Speed 2, Cruise Control. Sandra Bullock and Jason Patrick. Willem Dafoe.
Jason. Who the heck is Jason Patrick?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyways,
we were going into the realm of talking about what movie I forget what.
Well, I was talking about all the weird Liam Neeson movies.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Yeah, Old Man Revenge is definitely an American thing. Like, who else did it? Who's the old guy who got really into that? He did Dirty Harry.
Oh, Clint Eastwood.
Unforgiven. Yeah, Clint Eastwood's doing a bunch of old man revenge films. I think those are just easy to market to scared white people at the moment, you know? Like, scared white people is definitely an American thing. Sure.
That's a fact. I mean...
For sure.
Like I said, there's a lot of, like, Josh Brolin did it. What's the guy from Jeff Bridges did it. Mel Gibson did it. Bruce Willis did. I mean, Bruce Willis did it a lot. I mean, you could say that built his career off of that kind of movie as well. Die Hard.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, he's a weird dude. He kind of just does what he wants.
Well, he's done now because he has a disorder or a disease that's like eating his brain or whatever.
I don't know anything about that.
Did you know George Michael died in 2016?
Like the guy who sang Freedom?
Yeah, in Faith. Gotta have faith. I got him confused with Michael Bublé.
More importantly, Freedom.
Yeah, I got him confused with Michael Bublé sometimes.
Freedom is like that's his real jam. That and Careless Whisper, right?
I'm not a George Michael fan. I just found out he died in 2016 today in 2023.
Pretty sure he did Careless Whisper. You know that one that.
I don't think George Michael's my style of music personally, but
you know how I am. I just like all music. Yep, Careless Whisper, Faith, Freedom. Wow, we listed all of his top 3 songs real quick.
I got Faith.
All right.
Speaking of songs and stuff, then I think now is a good time to ask you a very important question.
What is your jam?
Okay, I'm gonna go first then. So I watched 3 movies. You might know them as the Cornetto trilogy from Edgar Wright. They are Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End. Have you seen those?
Oh, I love Hot Fuzz.
World's End has Martin Freeman, and he's definitely phoning it in.
Yes, it does.
He's definitely phoning it in. But yeah, I watched those 3 were like really what I consumed this last week because I was kind of in the mood. Saw Asteroid City.
Okay.
It's good.
How was that?
It's good. I don't want to say much.
Good?
I think here's the thing.
Just good?
I think so. For me, I thought it was really, really good. But here's the thing.
I was pumped to hear about this thing.
I'll talk about it next episode then, because I'm actually going to go see it again.
Fine.
Because
Ooh, can we just talk about Wes Anderson next week?
Okay,
let's
so
talk about
yes,
quirky things
done,
in cinema.
100%.
All right, cool.
Because
quirkiness.
The reason why I'm like, I just want to say it's good because if you're not a Wes Anderson fan, or if you don't like Wes Anderson-esque movies because he has a very specific style, then you're not gonna like this because there are scenes where it looks very like theater style, where it looks like cartoon, like almost cartoony, brought to life in a lot of ways.
Oh, I'm gonna be really into it then.
But it's really good if you like that kind of stuff. But I'm down to talk about Wes Anderson because he's one of my favorites. I would love to talk about him next week, and I'll talk about Asteroid City, spoiler or non-spoiler. But if you have the chance to go see it, you should. And I don't want to say anything because if you have the chance to go see it, you should. Without knowing anything about it, makes it that much better. Because I didn't even watch a trailer for it. I was just like, oh, Wes Anderson? I'm going.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I've just been watching It's Always Sunny. That's basically it. So
nice.
Been good. What about you?
Any music?
Nothing new. Honestly, I've been
listening to George Michael?
Michael Bublé. No. Honestly, I just been listening to the same music. Ghost, Sleep Token, my oldies playlist, my favorite, Noah Khan. Nothing new.
Man, you love Noah Khan.
Yes, I do. Sorry.
What? I was like, what happened?
I was looking at my music to make sure I didn't forget anything, but yeah, I haven't listened to anything new. But,
okay.
While you tell me what you've been listening to, I'm gonna go grab my food at the door because speaking of being lazy American, I also had food delivered. So keep talking.
Wow, Odie's got his food delivered. We're just back to flexing. We're back. Odie's just. I feel like he ordered this food just to prove a point. I think they ordered this food just to prove a point. Just to let us know that they're better than us with their upper class echelon, middle class bullshit. I order groceries. I order food. Yeah, I can hear you, Odie, but the guests can't. The people who are listening to us cannot. So I get to say whatever I want to say right now. I'm not going to tell you what I've been watching, what my jam is, what I've been listening to. You're just going to run through the void of your living space and listen to me talk about how there needs to be an uprising of listeners and myself. All people who are listening to this podcast.
I don't agree with any of this.
We need to topple this oppressive regime of being flexed on by people
upper class. By any stretch.
Who afford very upper class ordering all their food and groceries to themselves.
Well,
maybe you wouldn't have student loan debt if you didn't order all your food and groceries in.
Shut the fuck up. I don't care. I don't care. Shut the fuck up. I'm going to order my food if I want to order my food.
All right. My jam this week.
Yes, please.
My jam this week, actually. So one of my friends posted, this is a funny jam. One of my friends posted in our group chat because someone mentioned dip. Because we're talking about snacks for D&D night, getting together, doing D&D session. They were like, "What snacks does everybody like?" And one of my friends said, "I like to dip things." And then somebody posted "Da Dip," the classic '90s dance song by Freak Nasty.
The Dip.
And it took me on a Freak Nasty rabbit hole.
Oh God.
Because this guy's name is Freak Nasty, and I was like, man. He only had that one song that played on MTV's Spring Break for 5 years in a row.
I was gonna say, yeah.
There's no way that there's other shit by this guy. He released a song this year.
Did he really?
The man has been releasing music this entire time.
What's it like?
He has an entire repertoire. He has multiple albums of songs. Multiple albums. First off, the album that Da Dip is on is called Freak Nasty World, and it looks like if you were give me everything that makes up the quintessential 90s hip-hop mixtape CD cover, insert booklet that is not even a lyric booklet. It's just blank white pages in between two folded pages, right? Budget-ass CD booklet shit from the 90s. So anyway, Freak Nasty has been releasing music this entire time.
You're not wrong.
And it's really bad.
You're not
wrong. Even Da Dip is not that great a song.
Should we play it?
But anyway.
Get demonetized?
No. We're going to get demonetized
he had
by
an
Freak
album
Nasty and his crew.
Yeah, this
Dude, I'm not kidding. Here's the only thing I could think is he makes so much money off of Da Dip, which he does in fact remix and re-release every 5 years or so. But he's making enough money off the royalties on that song that he can just produce whatever he wants for the rest of his life or so. Who knows?
It's awesome.
But it blew my mind. So that I'm going to call that my jam this week because I really jammed out on figuring out, 1, is Freak Nasty still alive? 2, has he been releasing music? 3, why the fuck has he still been releasing music? 4, why is he still alive for that matter?
And 5, why am I listening to his music?
Why am I listening to it? Why am I so intrigued that this is what I'm looking into? I could have been learning a real skill.
Yeah.
But instead I was looking up what Freak Nasty's been doing for the past 20 years.
All about Freak Nasty.
So that, and then I had enough time to continue watching Foundation a couple episodes this week, and that is an amazing show, and Apple TV is crushing it. And that's it. That's all I got, man.
Not much.
That's the whole thing, Odie. There's not much because I worked my butt off this week, but I'll tell you what, I'm probably... Oh, I have been listening to Dune as I fall asleep. That's been fun.
Did you see the new trailer for Dune 2?
Yes, and I'm very excited.
Okay, me too. I'm super excited for that movie.
Yep.
Looks really good.
Let's I'd like to end the podcast with an intervention.
Oh.
Odie?
Me?
You have been flexing
Mm.
far too much lately. And I feel like, and some of our listeners feel like, so we've got you here so that you can listen to our concerns. We feel like you should ease off of the flexing.
Oh.
And that also that maybe you should consider that if my neighbor's dog is named Odie, that I'm losing this bet. I don't have anything.
I'm listening.
Else.
No. You didn't lose anything. You know where you're going with this. Keep going. I'm flexing. Intervention.
Maybe.
Dog's name is
Maybe.
Odie. That's cool. Yeah, go. No, keep
If
going.
my neighbor's-
Keep Kevin going. Keep going.
If my neighbor's dog is named Odie,
Good dog name.
that you should consider that it's maybe a dog name and not a people name. And if we could just get Tom Cruise and Jean-Claude Van Damme to kiss. This is my thought today.
Wait, hang on. No. Time out. You don't get to just be like, you're flexing and then pivot into Odie should be a dog's name and then be like, anyways.
Yes, I do, because I edit the podcast. So we're playing the music already.
No.
It's going right now. It absolutely is.
I'll get you next time.
That's fine.
I'm stopping my recording.